Good morning, I'm Kieran McInerney, and the question I did research on was, to what extent does the presence of red tides have on human health from those living within 10 miles of the Florida coastline? Some background on the issue is that the ocean's health is well below what it should be. In an article by Winperry, she talks about how the ocean's health is given a 60 out of 100 by scientists. And this is a graph by the Ocean Health Index showing a visual representation of how the ocean's health is at 60 out of 100. So this contributes to my question, as red tides can be caused by nutrient pollution, which enhances the blooms and ultimately cause the issue of red tides. My argument is that humans living within 10 miles of the Florida coastline would be negatively and dangerously impacted by the presence of red tides. So first of all, I have to explain what red tides are. Red tides are red toxins, harmful algae blooms that give the water a red hue, such as this, if you can see that. And they could often be found off the coast of Florida and places like Texas. These toxins are very dangerous to humans and wildlife, which brings me to my first claim, that wildlife affected by red tides can also affect humans. So in a peer-reviewed journal by Jesus Arias, he talks about how neurotoxic shellfish poisoning is caused by the toxins in red tides, and ultimately leads to neurotoxic shellfish poisoning. It can lead to symptoms such as tingling and numbness in the lips, dizziness, vomiting, and diarrhea, and can also lead to nerve damage in humans if the humans consume this intoxicated shellfish. Also, red tide can directly affect humans through damaging the respiratory health. In a case study by the Mayo Clinic, it talks about a 36-year-old man with acute bronchitis went to the Florida beach during a red tide and ended up dying because of the red tide. A possible limitation to this, however, is that the only serious diseases that can be found at a red tide is if you already have a pre-existing health condition. However, in this article by a Florida newspaper in El Salvador County, a group of healthy dredging company workers that were exposed to red tide got symptoms such as coughing, throat irritation, eye irritation, sneezing, and other cold-like symptoms. And however, in contrast to this claim, compounds from research of red tide have actually provided benefits to humans by providing compounds to cure diseases or help diseases such as cystic fibrosis and COPD, which are long-living respiratory diseases. However, these compounds have been found to be very expensive and an ineffective solution to treating these diseases. And ultimately, red tides are much too dangerous to ignore as a whole. And scientists should provide further research to get rid of red tides. Ultimately, to solve this issue, we have to improve the ocean's health as a whole by doing things such as stopping pollution in the ocean, which ultimately is the cause of red tides, the nutrient pollution, and doing things such simply as recycling, stopping the use of carbon, and others. What are your questions? Thank you.
Two questions for you. First up, how valid and reliable were the sources you used, and then how did you know?
Most of mine were very valid, as I used 2 peer-reviewed journals and case studies from Mayo Clinic, which are very credible sources. And obviously the peer-reviewed journals are known to be credible sources, so they're pretty credible.
And what advice would you have for somebody who would do research on this in the future?
I would tell them to look at how humans' respiratory health is affected to a deeper cause of how the actual toxins affect the human health, and go into deeper research of that, because I was sort of shallow on it and just talked about mostly the effects it had on humans.
You're good.